Hey guys, how you doing today? Welcome to another episode of Leadership Podcast with me, Stephen Akintayo. And today I have a man that has become all of us doctor, right? Every day giving us ideas on how to live healthy, and the way he add humor to it has just made him beloved everywhere. How you doing today? We have APROKO doctor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. Such an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
You know, how did you come up with that name? To call yourself APROKO. That indeed, I'm a doctor that is all up in your business.
Yeah, I think it was more serendipity. Yeah,
Okay.
we were trying to look for something that was going to catch the attentions of our Nigerians because health was not something that was on front, right, and center. You know, health was something you thought about when you were ill,
Exactly.
not when you are fine,
And you are scared of the conversation of health.
Most people just avoided
Yeah.
health, and we needed its front, right, and center.
Nice.
And so one of the things we had to fix was the name, which was how do we catch the attention. So we had to put two things that were never in the same box before.
Wow.
Doctor and Amebo. It was supposed to be Amebo Doctor, but then
Okay.
after a while, we then realized that Amebo was a woman's name.
Okay.
You know,
Really?
yeah, that just talked too much. So we're like, let's just make it as gender neutral as possible.
Okay.
APROKO.
Nice. but what were you doing before that time?
What I was doing before, because this idea actually started in 2015.
10
It's been
years ago.
yes, it's been 10 years now.
Wow. But it didn't go viral like until 5 years ago.
No, yeah, it was. I think it was until COVID.
Yeah.
Just before COVID, just before COVID, the foundation started. Then COVID was like the quick fire. But before then, I met this particular man who was sick. Came with a transient stroke with his son. Then I, took his history as a student then. And for some reason, 2 years later, I came back to the ward to practice on patients for my final exam. And I met this man again. And this time he had another stroke and he didn't make it.
Wow.
And that entire conversation got me thinking, this man had been here before.
Yeah.
The doctor had told him what to do.
Yeah.
What happened? And, things like he wasn't paying attention to the doctor's, recommendations. And so I started to ask a few questions. And one of the things I understood at that age was people did not understand healthcare. So a patient comes to the hospital and the doctor tells them you have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
They go and tell other people I have high blood pressure,
those
but
ones
they
are-
don't know.
There is an abu in our
Yes, but
village
they
you
don't
can use.
know what it is. They don't know the concepts of high blood pressure. And so because they don't know that, every other thing the doctor is telling you to do feels more like a chore rather than something you should adhere to. And so we started to break down, health conversation to people in the villages because I schooled in a rural area. So we went to the villages, spoke to the women, taught them. But it was more like I was spending so much energy on getting very little results. And so somewhere along the line, I was like, okay, I think I should do radio.
Okay.
I applied to 2 radio stations in Anambra State.
Wow.
And they said, we don't think your voice is good enough for radio. Or we don't
Jesus.
think... Yeah. Granted, I wouldn't have hired me then, But this was me knowing that we needed the conversation to grow bigger at that particular time. So they said, don't worry, next time, right?
Wow.
But that was the advent of, digital media, social media. And I was like, okay, I could start with social media. I didn't even start with videos. I started with images because I had learned some graphic designing somewhere in school.
Okay.
So even as a medical student, so I could do some graphic designing and I was using that to spread, the messages.
Nice.
But nobody was paying attention. I mean, so I know him. So, but one day something happened and I told a story about it and it went viral.
Wow.
And that's when it set off something in my head. It was, people love stories.
They do. They do.
So I realized that I'm putting the cart before the horse. I put in information before the gist. and nobody was
And
paying
Nigerians
attention.
love gist die.
And
Hey.
we think it's just Nigerians. Humans generally.
No,
we
but our
love
own
gist.
is a bit.
So
Nigerians love gist.
Yeah.
You know, our own is a bit on the high side.
is it? So there are different parts of the human mind.
Yes.
There's the logical mind.
Yeah.
And then there's the emotional mind.
Yeah.
Right? Stories excite the emotions and
Yes,
not
it
logic.
does. It does.
We remember things that give us emotions, not logic. As a matter of fact, in this over-communicated world that we live in today, the human mind almost has capacity for 7 things that they are interested in.
Wow.
Ask many Christians. Give me the 10 commandments. They've been going to church.
And they can't decide.
They can't. Most likely they'll just give you 6 or 7 and that's it. Because no matter how much you flood the mind with, it can only retain certain parts of the information. It's just a weakness that we have.
Wow.
So except you're like interested in that topic that you go back over and over again, you're able to retain more.
Yeah.
But because we're bombarded with so much information, one of the ways to pass through that is to use stories. Because when you use stories, it excites the emotions. The emotions people tend to retain more of what they're emotionally excited about. That's why it looks like gist works. You can remember a gist from 5 years ago, but will hardly remember the lines from the book you've read. So, yes, it's a Nigerian thing, but it's more a human thing.
It's a human
so
thing.
It's just us using that way to now educate Nigerians. Because before now, part of me would have just complained. People are not interested in education. They are not interested in this. But yes, it's a problem. But there's also a back road to solving that problem, which is, using gist. So before APROKO Doctor, that was more how we now started to use stories. We now brought in characters. And I was working in 3 hospitals at that time. I was doing Iyani-Solo, First Stack, and Victoria Island, all at the same time.
One man?
Yes. All at the same time.
Why were you doing that?
First off,
for the money.
Yes. First off, I needed a lot of money. And I needed money to, write my exams to leave the country. One salary was not good enough for that. At the same time, first son, you're partly responsible. If you come from the kind of background that I do, you're partly responsible for
the Igbo tribe.
Yes, I am.
What state?
Imo State.
Imo, okay.
Yeah. So you're responsible for your parents. They've invested in your education. Now is the time to pay them back. Demands are coming in and all that. You also have the plans for your life. So it was, what can I do? The natural instinct is, increase the amount of work you do.
Wow. 3.
Yeah. At some point, I was living off my backpack.
Wow.
Yeah. Because there was no point going home. I could only go home 2 weekends in a month. Because everything I needed was in my backpack.
You were not married then?
No, I wasn't. I'm not sure the marriage would have lasted.
No man can start such. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what I was doing while at the same time.
So was this supposed to free you from having to work 3 jobs?
For some reason, no. So I never started APROKO Doctor to get famous. I never even knew that there was a way to make money
from doing that.
From doing this.
Yeah.
It was more of, there is a problem, let's solve it.
Wow.
The problem was health illiteracy. People were literate in other aspects, but when it came to health, we're health illiterate. And so I was like, okay, this is a problem. It's affecting us. Our behaviors are influenced by what we know. And so I needed to change what we know.
Yeah.
So solve the problem. And I did that for 5 good years.
Wow.
Before a company said, you know what? Would like to partner with the work you're doing. That was the first time. 5 years after. The first time. And it was Opera. They said, we want you to write articles. And for these articles, we'll pay you a certain amount.
Wow.
Per month. I said, how many articles? They said 10. How much are you paying me? They told me the amount. It was 4 times my salary.
Jesus.
4 times.
Wow.
And I was like, Why are you paying me this much?
You ask them.
This is something I write. This is something I write without even thinking about it.
Wow.
Right? Because I was writing threads, but like, okay, don't write the threads on Twitter again. Come to our site and write it and then direct people to come there, and look at it. Then I didn't understand what was going on. But, it was the first time I could see that people are actually willing to partner with us for this. So for 5 years, I'd been doing this without any form of, it wasn't a way out of poverty for me. It was more of, it was just a vision I couldn't let go of.
Wow.
No matter how hard I tried.
Wow.
Funny story. I had tried to get out of the country, PLAB, USMLE, so many times. But for some reason, even though I paid, I couldn't just continue because I felt, okay, you know what? Let me do this first. Sort it out first. People called me fool.
Wow.
And to some extent, yes. Because at some point, even my father had to sit me down and say, how far?
No be juju be this.
Like, how far? You're telling me your mates are leaving the country. Is there anything you need from us to actually help your journey go easy? Because leave.
Yeah. It's time to japa.
It's time to japa. But for some reason, I just couldn't continue because it felt like there was a greater problem here. And I had been someone who, in my days in school, I had fell in love with the idea and the concept of purpose.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So somewhere in school,
that's a good one.
I fell in love with that idea. I knew that I was not on earth to just while away time. There's a problem I've been specifically designed to solve.
Come on.
And this is it. So it could be that madness. I could call it that.
Yes, I had my own share.
I just couldn't let go of it. And looking back at it now, I think I'm glad I didn't.
Because nobody will have known you if you were in America. If you're in America. I mean, the whole APROKO thing, why add humor? Because I think there was the humor that attracted me to it. There was a gentleman, he's not been active again. He too was, around that COVID, he was also visible. Something doctor too. But he's no longer as visible as you. I'm not even sure if he's still doing it. But yours had so much humor that, was that intentional? Did you have to,
Yes, it was.
Just,
Yes, it was intentional. It was intentional because, as we had spoken earlier, there's the education. The only people that look for education are the people that need it.
It's true.
It's a small group.
And by the time they need it, it's an emergency.
Yes. And by the time they need it, it's an emergency. They are not just listening to it, they are listening to everybody else.
Yes.
Which is why somebody who is somebody who is not informed enough and needs a healthcare would look at every option. Doctor, babalawo, they are looking at every option because it's an emergency.
True.
The brain is in panic mode.
Yes.
And when people are panicking, the mind defaults to familiar.
That's deep.
The mind defaults to what is familiar, not what they learned yesterday.
Wow.
So you could tell a person what they've learned yesterday, but then they get into a state of panic.
Yes.
And they forget everything you've taught them and go for what is familiar.
Wow.
So we saw that problem early. And the question was, how do we ensure that they listen to this over and over and over and over and over again?
Yeah.
The question was, the answer was entertainment. So for us, entertainment is not the goal. Entertainment is just the vehicle.
Yeah.
So it's like when you were growing up and your parents wanted to give you medicine. They'll wrap it inside a bar and then give it to you. So you're swallowing a bar, but at the same time, you're swallowing paracetamol. So we needed to wrap the information in humor. Because if you just bring it as information, and this was and this came from learning.
Yes.
Because I didn't always start out as APROKO. This is me on a normal day.
Okay.
I'm more, let's talk sense. I don't want asinine conversations, right? But
You want deep conversation.
let's have the deep conversations. But then you're having the deep conversations, but nobody's paying attention.
Exactly.
So
there are very few people can relate at that level.
So it was more of, if we wrap it in humor, it appeals to everybody.
Absolutely.
But the beautiful thing about it is, even when we wrapped it in humor, we didn't appeal to plenty people.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, fellow colleagues
were the first set
to say, I don't like what he's doing.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought they liked it.
No, I don't like what he's doing, because medicine is a noble profession.
It's for the prim and proper
society. Why are you acting like a tout?
Lord have mercy with our people.
Why are you acting like a tout?
Like an abiru.
Yes. And I tried to explain that I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to them. Aside from that, there was now another group of people who had risen up and were like, he doesn't talk like he's educated.
Oh, wow.
And so that raised another question. And I'm like, no, I'm speaking the Nigerian language.
Yes.
Because one of the first things I needed to understand was, I sat down and I asked myself, who am I speaking to?
You know,
the everyday Nigerian?
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking to the market woman who's currently on her phone right now scrolling through TikTok. What kind of information will she be willing to accept?
Yeah.
By the time I speak verbose English and, wrap it in a few...
Speak for now.
Yes. It felt like you were trying to impress your audience, not to inspire them.
True.
So the humor was deliberate because we needed to grab their attention. Because right now we live in something I call an over-communicated world.
Wow.
There is so much information.
Too much.
Than you can ever consume in your life.
Yeah.
Currently.
It's too much.
So how do you break through the noise and get them to actually listen to you? I had to be relatable. So I had to speak the way Nigerians speak.
Yes.
I had to talk the way they talk. I had to sound like them. If they don't see you as their friend, they don't trust you.
Yeah.
So, yes, doctor. But then people lie to doctors. So, yeah, humor deliberates. It was meant as a vehicle to, wrap the information across.
I mean, when I look at how Nigerians, in my own opinion, and it's human as well, but our context is Nigeria for now. It's like they condemn you, then they praise you, you become some sort of hero of some sort, and then they pull you down. Because suddenly for them it's like, it be like say, don't be proud. Don't they? Okay, we'll show you that we made him.
Yeah.
And then how have, first of all, as you evolve this brand, did you see the possibility of that ever coming? And then what was your mind as to how to handle the days when controversies begin? And people begin to misconstrue genuine intentions, and you are like, can't you people trust me again? Like, it's me and you people, remember?
So, it's been 10 years. I have had my fair shares of controversies, drags.
Oh, and I just can't do that.
Online bullying from different groups.
We hear Luna.
From different groups, different people, different sects. Today is one sect that is attacking you. Tomorrow is another different sect. But my first love has always been the mission. What is the mission? To empower Nigerians with information. That has always been the mission. If you wake me up from sleep, any day, anytime, that will be what I'll tell you. it's difficult
Yeah.
to stay that focused for 10 years.
It is.
It is. Especially when sometimes you get tempted to want to take the popular opinion that might be wrong.
Yeah.
But at that time, I'm asking myself, am I really interested in credibility or am I interested in being popular? So those are difficult questions that I ask. Because at the end of the day, time tells.
Yes. Yes.
You can't fight it. You might, quote and unquote, be the victim of online bullying today, and tomorrow the truth comes out.
Yeah.
The people who bullied you,
They will still come back.
they will still come back.
Time reveals character.
They might not necessarily come and tell you, oh, we're sorry that we bullied you.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
But yeah,
Another-
he said the
he
truth, though.
said-
I know.
That's what. Number two is, why am I doing what I'm doing? Over the years, I've had to evolve.
Okay.
When I was very young, well, when I say this, it looks like I'm old. But but when I was younger,
Yeah.
I wanted validation from people.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
I wanted validation from
Yes.
people. That was why I did what I did.
Yeah.
So I said it because I wanted you to like me. I did it because I wanted you to like
Yes.
me. But then when I realized how very fickle human beings are,
Oh.
people change,
Oh.
their tastes change.
Oh,
You
no.
know, imagine you being jollof rice
Yes.
today, and then you wake up tomorrow and somebody say, I don't like jollof
Yeah.
rice. You're going to have depression. But if the focus is sustenance, whether or not you like jollof rice, you will find a way to eat it. So the moment I realized, okay, hinge your anchor on a purpose, on something that's very important,
Yeah.
and that doesn't change.
True.
So will I continue to empower Nigerians at every stage of my life? Yes, I will. So if you don't like me today, it's fine.
It's okay.
I'm probably empowering your child with information they need.
True.
You may not like me.
Yes.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I'm probably empowering your mom
Yes.
with
In the-
information
in the
she
village.
needs in the village. With information she needs. So it's not whether you like me.
Yes.
It's whether what I'm doing is valuable.
I love this.
And that has been the most
I
important
love
thing.
this.
Because probably after this show now, the fist even drag me again. So it's fine.
And again, this is a leadership podcast, and the goal was, even starting this show, was we wanted to start having some serious conversation. Because it's also, sometimes we complain that people are moved by idle conversations, but the problem is, did you provide an alternative for those who want serious conversation? Because not everybody wants trash, trust me. Some people still want deep conversations. I was shocked the day someone was telling me that, Mike Adenuga watched this podcast and was sending the link to him. So not everybody, sometimes we just forget that there is still a crop of people that want certain type of conversation. For me, that was what birthed this podcast, to say, look, let those who want to be talking rubbish just for the balls do that. There's still, we may be small, but there's still that crop of people who really want value, who want something deep, something sensible. And we just can't give up, because somebody doesn't like your face today, and tomorrow they wake up, you are the best thing since sliced bread. So my next question would be family. I can assure you, and I'm sure you have seen, that a lot of people probably think you're single. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that have received you as their husband.
Ah, yes. Yes. There are plenty.
There are plenty. So officially, can you tell us, are you married or you are single?
I have been married happily for 5 years now.
Okay. You've spoiled some people's market right now. He's married. Happily. And you hear the word happily.
For 5 years now.
You guys have kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
But you've kept your wife hidden from limelight.
There are a couple of reasons why. Number one is she also has a brand.
Okay.
And
is it a famous brand?
Yes,
too?
it is. It is.
And
she's what I call the queen of Afrofusion. So her goal is she wants to, because when we think African ingredients, most people think local and not deserving of the international stage.
Okay.
So she's trying to show that African ingredients can be incorporated in dishes that can be served around the world in the way that everybody is comfortable.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And she's been doing amazingly beautiful. Wow. She recently had a 3rd edition of Chow with Amaka, where she brings people and they're served quote and unquote intercontinental dishes with African ingredients.
Wow.
You would have no idea. There's one she's running again that's supposed to come up this year and is in collaboration with Lagos Continental.
Nice.
So
nice.
She's a titan in her own world.
Wow.
Right? But I think beforehand, people, when they want to attack me, attack her. So I'm like, you know what?
People do that.
Yeah.
People can be petty.
So people that want to attack you,
because
they know I've tried to get his attention, and he's looking like he's not paying him.
A strong guy he be.
He's not paying him.
Yes.
Attack his wife.
Oh Lord.
Because they feel like they can get a reaction off you that way. So I'm like, you know what? Build your brand. I'll support you the best way I can.
Yeah.
Right? But just so that they don't use you as armor.
True.
Because sometimes if they want to destabilize you also, they can attack me in front of you.
True.
So there are people who know that, these two are married.
Yeah.
But when it comes to every 2 market days, you are seeing 2 of us kissing on social media. No, it's not really something. It's not really something I want to put out there.
True.
Because it's almost like giving. Not everybody who follows you is friend.
True.
You know, you have to really differentiate who's family, who are your people.
True.
So most times, like, if it doesn't need to be public, it doesn't need to be public. So,
but over time, have you thought of this 50 years from now?
Yes, I have.
So, children comes in, grandchildren comes in, and the best way to look at your brand is to look at because that's probably one of the oldest brands we can relate to. Either the GO, in the medical field, right? So their children, their grandchildren, and you are still known all over.
Well, that time will come. But what we've even started doing is training other health professionals to become better storytellers.
Okay. So you pull out. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to know whether you can keep going.
I mean, even the human body has limited capacity for the amount of
but pastors have no choice. They've been preaching 50 years.
But they've trained other people.
They have, but they are still out there.
Yes.
They're like the biggest.
Yes. But we're serving a continent and only one person counts. And you can't build an industry on the shoulders of one person.
We do. I'm just giving you that same context.
The context is
yes, there are other people, but you'll be like the pioneers. There are other pastors, there are other churches. There's Adeboye, right? Who is sitting at the apex. So, APROKO doctor at the apex.
I would.
That's why I asked you whether you've thought of this 50 years down the line.
No,
because I don't know. I've been asking myself this question. How long what will the world look like 50 years from now?
To be honest, none of us know. We can speculate.
Yeah.
We can speculate, but nobody saw COVID. Nobody saw COVID. COVID. It's probably one careless statement from somebody somewhere
Yeah.
that changes the entire trajectory of the world. And all your projections and speculations
True.
go down the drain.
True.
So we can prepare, right? But I know that 50 years from now, we'll be dealing with different problems that we're dealing with now.
Robotics.
Yes.
AI. Probably people would prefer AI APROKO doctor than.
I mean, there are even
real
people using
human
my
APROKO
using my face
Yes.
with AI
To create content.
to create content and mislead other people.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're selling
That's
medications to these people on Facebook.
That's terrible.
Yes, they are doing that.
Terrible.
Terrible. Like, I wake up every morning and they're like, yeah, there's another one out.
Oh Lord.
And
Do
there
you
wa-
do disclaimer? Do you
we
try
do,
legal
but
actions?
so most of
How
the faces
many?
even selling are faceless people, right?
So who
And
you want to?
by the time you shut one down, like 3 have risen.
Jesus.
And at some point, while I was complaining, someone told me, said, that's the price you pay for influence. Said they're not using it, they're not using any other person's face because they know that is not convincing enough.
Yes.
There are people that know APROKO.
Yes.
So once you use
if na
APROKO's
APROKO,
face,
we believe.
once you use APROKO's face, there are people who use other people like, Cyril Ronaldo, just create some AI, small thing, but they know that they can't grow bigger than that. They just need to swindle a few people.
Yeah.
Right? It's one of the prices that we'll pay. But one of the things that are happening that I love currently is in the comment section of those people, some other people are now going to tell them, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is fake.
Yeah.
This is not correct.
True.
And when I see comments like that, it gives me joy. I'm like, yes, that's an empowered person.
That's true.
Now we now need that empowerment so that other people are able to recognize that this is not real healthcare information. True. This is sensationalism.
True.
So it's at the end of the day, it's that empowerment, but empowerment with knowledge. Because when we say empowerment, most times people just think financial empowerment. But if you have all the finance, but you don't have all the, you don't have the information, it will go down the drain. And I'm sure you're very well aware. You've seen people who have a lot of money, or they came by a lot of money, information, you lose it all.
Yeah, lost it all. For you, what's the future of medical doctors in Nigeria? Everybody's japping. We were told about shortage of doctors. What can be done about this?
I'd say it's a problem that requires all the different arms to come together. So there's the private sector, right? And whether we like it or not, the private sector still has a role to play in our medical advancement as a country.
Yeah.
There's government, right? And then there's the doctors themselves.
Yeah.
We need to, first of all, on the part of the government, send a clear message that health is priority.
Health is priority.
Yes. Because before we say health is wealth, health is first life.
Yeah. True.
If you don't take care of the health and people die, who then will you govern? That's one. We need more money into the healthcare sector. Because since 2001, when we made the Abuja Declaration, Nigeria and other African countries came together and said, we're doing the Abuja Declaration. We'll put 15% of our budget into healthcare. Nothing has been done. We've not gotten to that number. Because our spending habits show where our priorities lie.
True.
Health has to be priority. Health can no longer be treated as something that's humanitarian.
It has to be profitable. It has to be profitable.
Yes. For some reason, you have to make it profitable. Or else you're not even going to attract investment into the healthcare space.
What's the minimum salary you think? If doctors start receiving Nigeria, they will stay in Nigeria.
To be honest, there's no number, right?
But give a range.
If I were to give a range, I'd say 1 million and above.
Including graduates.
Yes.
Why? Because that's a lot. 1 million as a graduate. Why?
It's medicine.
You can't put a price to life.
You cannot put a price to life.
Yes.
I'll take you back to a story. At some point, I was practicing in IMSUT. IMSUT is a teaching hospital in Imo State.
Yeah.
So I went there to do my house job. And while I was doing my house job, they told us that they were going on strike. Why? Because it's a rural area, the government is supposed to give you what is called a rural incentive. It happened in every other country. The fact that you live in a populated city, so a less populated one, I will give you some form of incentive to stay in that city.
Yeah.
They took away the incentive and reduced the salaries. And so the doctor said, you know what, we're going on strike. And they went on strike. I just started my house job. And I started with strike. 3 months. And the government said, all these months that people are striking, I'm not going to pay you people for it because it's no work, no pay. Everybody says, so you know what, that's fine. Now, we finally get back to work. No increments in salary, nothing. We're basically bullied by the government. Said, you know what, you guys just have to go back to work. And then we got back to work and doctors were not making a lot of money. And so some doctors had to do 3 jobs. So this was me doing 3 jobs in Lagos. Imagine in Imo State, you're doing 3 jobs, but you're also working in a teaching hospital. Now, I want you to imagine that you entered an aircraft and they told you that your pilot had not slept for 2 days. Would you feel comfortable in that aircraft? No. But how come you go to a hospital, you don't care about the state of your doctor? As a matter of fact, the more patients a doctor sees in a day without rest, the higher his chances of error.
Wow.
Because fatigue sets in.
True.
In anywhere in the world.
Very true.
Which is why they usually have check marks against this. So your doctor can leave your hospital and immediately start working in another hospital. All he needs is just that transport time from one hospital to the other hospital.
Yeah.
And I want you to think if the quality of his thoughts are the same than when he started. There was a time I used to see 60 patients in a day.
60.
Yes.
Jehovah.
60.
Jehovah.
The WHO standard ratio for doctors is 1 to 4,000. 1 doctor to 4,000 people. We are not anywhere close to that.
How many do we have in Nigeria?
Let me give you orthopedic surgeons. No. Let me not give you orthopedic. Let me give you brain surgeons. I dare say, you can check this after, because I'm not sure yet. We do not have up to 500
brain doctors
neurosurgeons
in Nigeria.
Yes. We have a population of 200 million people. You know what? 500 is too conservative. 1,000.
That's bad.
Yes. So first of all, we don't have enough.
Yet they are not even leaving.
The ones that are around are leaving. So it means that people who are left behind are in trouble. Because the only way for them to come back is you have to match whatever it says you're going out there to get. But not everybody wants to leave. There are people that want to stay. But then the people that want to stay, can you make their sacrifice worth it? Sort of.
Yeah.
Which is, but then they say, oh, your calling, your reward is in heaven. No, man. It's here on earth too. Because it's almost as if the moment you say you're a doctor and then you go to the market, people charge you higher.
True.
They charge you higher.
True.
But then they come to your hospital and for some reason they just expect. So the reason I'm saying that is because you need, the same way nobody asks how much should pilots be paid.
Yeah.
You just know a pilot is paid well
Even if
to live comfortably. But then you now have people who are in charge of you. A simple change in a number can be the difference between life and death. And so at every point, you need the doctor's mental acumen
Yeah.
to be sharp. It means overloading it becomes a problem.
True. True.
So we need to be paid well in order to give the best. Or else, if you go to a doctor who is already tired,
Yeah.
the chances that there are errors are high. What is the way forward? We cannot churn out enough doctors in the meantime, right? That gap will still remain. But then there's technology. And I hate to say this, but artificial intelligence will change the game in almost every sector, including healthcare.
Yeah, it will.
It will.
Big time.
But we're not looking at it as replacing, we're looking at it as a collaboration. So it's helping me do my job faster.
Yeah.
But it still needs human input to be able to make that decision. Because, yes, AI may be able to make certain diagnoses faster, read MRIs faster, accurately, sometimes even as accurately as trained radiologists.
Yeah.
But then there's the patient in front of me. Because in medical school, one of the first things you're taught is that you treat the patient, not the condition. Because two people might have the same condition, but view them differently. So you treat the patient and not the condition. So that's where that collaboration comes in. Now we have ultrasound scans that are interpreted by AI. Some of them can even fit into your phone. This is changing the game because there are a lot of villages that have never seen an ultrasound scan, and there are women doing antenatal.
Wow.
That has to go there to help them. And the way some of this is done is that you don't even need a trained doctor. You just need a trained person to know how to use it, and a doctor somewhere is interpreting the results. So while these gaps still remain, there are still other gaps. There are traditional bone setters, for instance, and everybody knows that I'm vocal against them. Why? Because of the kind of damage that they've done. 40% to 50% of the cases end up really bad.
Yeah.
But then nobody tells you about the ones that are bad. They just tell you, oh, yeah, a good set leg there, it went well. One thing we can do is, because that gap will still remain and we don't have enough orthopedic surgeons, somehow you have to incorporate them and train.
True.
Traditional birth attendants, train them. Because whether you like it or not, people will go there. You don't have enough doctors. It's not saying people go to the hospital. If they go to the hospital, we'll take care of them. So we have to look for other innovative ways to solve this problem and also bring technology to help. But you see, the first thing has to be the government setting the stage first. In some areas, they've done wonderfully well.
Then you now have private sector.
You now have private sector. Because private sector would only do what they feel. If I come to you for money that I want to invest in healthcare, you first ask me, what is my return on investment?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I'm not getting return on investment, I'm not going into that business. So we have to make healthcare profitable. So it's a multifaceted thing. There's also getting extra money from, let's say if you recharge 100 naira on your phone, 10% of that can go to healthcare. But then there's a problem of trust. People don't trust anymore.
The government to really put that money into
So am I sure that this 10 naira is really going into healthcare? These are the issues.
What's the next phase for the APROKO Doctors brand?
The next phase is moving from a personnel-led platform to a channel.
Yeah.
Where there are other voices.
Nice. I like that.
Because, like I said, an industry is not built on the shoulders of one person. You can't carry it, no matter how big you think you are. And so we are aware of that. And one of the ways we're taking is we started what we call the APROKO Doctor Academy.
Okay.
Where we train other health professionals to become better storytellers. Because we realize that there are a lot of people who are creative in their own light.
I like that.
And they need an outlet. There are some people, medical students, who have seen what I've done and say, I want to be that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've created a channel now that people no longer have to, until I wear stethoscope in the hospital,
Yeah.
that means I'm practicing healthcare.
Yeah.
No, because healthcare information is also healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more trusted voices out there, or else it's whatever is viral and popular that people believe. And at the end of the day, you're treating the mistakes that people who are not responsible for. So that's one. So we're moving from that. But aside from that, we're also building what I call enabling environments. So a lot of our events now are community based. So yes, it's online. APROKO Doctor, beautiful online. But then, if people are empowered with information, but they don't have the environment to carry that out, you've sort of lost. You've sort of lost half the battle. So now we're creating community environments for them. One of the ones that we did last year was called the APROKO Nation Fiesta. I don't know if you've heard about it. So the APROKO Nation Fiesta had its first edition last year. And
it was like a concert? Or?
It was like a concert.
Yeah, I think
it was a concert for just healthcare.
Nice.
And the aim for that was to battle drug abuse. Because
so original
yes,
vendors, manufacturers are able to exhibit.
Yes,
that's good.
But it was drug abuse.
Okay.
And drug abuse in the sense that when you say party amongst young people, Igbo is inside. If there's no Igbo, there's Rofinol. If there's no Rofinol, somebody are giving you balloon. You might live in your own bubble and just assume that these things are not happening. But go out there. There are young people who are addicted to drugs at a very young age.
Jesus. Jesus.
These are the leaders of tomorrow.
Jesus.
Who would they lead? How would they lead? And so we said, rather than continue to perpetrate that, let us have an alternative.
Yeah.
And also create a new story.
Yeah.
That you can have fun, healthy fun, without damaging your body. And people said it's impossible. You want to have a party without drugs, without alcohol, is not possible in Lagos State. I said, okay, we'll do it.
Nice one.
I think one of my characteristics that I love about myself, but other people in my life don't like, is I'm stubborn. Yes.
You like it, they don't like it.
But my stubbornness is not the loud, brash one.
Yeah.
It's the...
I call it mentally rebellious.
I would do this.
Mental rebellion.
So I said, okay, we'll do it. And it was at Muriel Konola Park. We did it. We had over 5,000 young people.
Wow.
In a place. These young people partied from 12 in the afternoon till 10 p.m. We're begging people, go home.
You don't.
They say no. We party until sunrise. I say, it's not me and you. Why? We created an alternative environment. Yes. Most times we're complaining, but we're not creating alternatives.
That's my argument.
We're not creating alternatives. So community-based events are something. Because yes, we live in a world that technology is uniting us all. But then are we really connected to people? Someone said, if you want to know who your friend is, it was a tweet I saw. I said, delete your social media posts. Delete your social media accounts and find out if you still stay in touch with that person. Because sometimes, just because I see your posts makes me think I'm close to you, but I'm not.
True.
Have I called you?
True.
How far?
True.
How are you?
True.
What's going on? Or is that, I see he's in Caribbean now.
Exactly.
And then you think that you're close to that person.
Yeah, right.
And then the person too uploads. So we still, one thing that would never go out of fashion is human interconnectedness.
Yes,
we want that.
We need it.
Aside from that, we're also building solutions. One of the things that we've built is our doc.
Okay.
Because we realized, okay, yes, there's a gap. How can we use technology to fill that in? And so we created a WhatsApp chatbot that people who want answers to healthcare questions can get it, and it's powered by AI. But the beautiful thing is we're solving for AI equity, because when we say AI, who's training the AI? Definitely not us.
Yeah, that's my argument.
Exactly.
Too.
So what we're building
That's
with
my
our
argument.
doc, is that we're building a chatbot that is learning from the Nigerian and
That's
African
it. That's
audience.
the way it should be.
So if I say, because usually the African skin, dermatological conditions on the African skin is different.
It is.
So if you've trained an AI on other skins and you bring it here, it will make mistakes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're training with our data.
Yeah.
We're using it to help doctors make easier diagnosis.
That's good. That's
People are getting access to healthcare. People will never get enough doctors in this short period. But in the meantime, that market woman on the streets can bring out her phone, chat with Nora. Oh, she can't type, but she can send voice notes in her local language. Our doc will respond to her.
Nice.
So that is the future. So just like I said earlier, the future is the mission has always been empowerment.
Nice.
For healthcare. And that's one of the reasons why since I started, I haven't done anything else. It's been healthcare for me. There have been temptations to do other things. We've made films. 3 films.
Nice.
Actually.
On healthcare.
All healthcare.
That's good. That's good.
Because I can keep complaining and saying, we don't make movies on healthcare.
Okay.
Do
Go
it.
and do it.
And in doing it, I'm realizing that it's hard. Shooting films is hard.
I've been trying to do one for like 2 years now.
No, it's hard.
I have the script. Wait.
Shooting films is hard.
Well, we're out of time, but finally, this has been viral. GMO, no GMO. I wanted to ask, first of all, were you paid to promote GMO in Nigeria?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was never paid by any company, body, individual, states, representative, whatever.
Of any NGO.
Government, anywhere in the world. Anybody who has evidence should come and present it. One thing I know is I would not be distracted by, speculation.
Yeah.
Speculations remain what they are. Speculations. Like I said, my mission has always been empowerment. There's been a lot of conversation about it. Let us talk about it. And yeah.
So COVID brought, and we're discussing this before now, brought a lot of fear, and it's a legit one, right? There were a lot of mistakes made during COVID. There were a lot of, and the world is yet to recover from the inflation caused by COVID, because countries are printing money, and just because everything is shut down, no productivity, and so this has led to fear, which is part of probably what GMO is experiencing as well. Anything enhancement, genetica, something. You know what? Let's go back organic. Let's go back to our. How do you speak to this fear, that is out there?
First off, the fear is valid. The fear, valid. The second thing I would say is, if there is no foundation, it'll be difficult to... Okay. Second thing I'll say is, you can't easily change the mind of someone whose mind is already made up.
Very true.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You can have conversations, but if a person has come into an argument without the intent to learn, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Most times we come into arguments with the intent to win.
Yeah. So logic is out of the window.
I come into arguments to learn. Right? When we look at the world, it's not just GMOs, it's vaccines.
Yes. There's a huge
distrust
with vaccines.
Yes, there's a huge distrust with organizations, health organizations, right? And one of the things we need to understand is that we have a huge responsibility to ensure that we do not throw progress away on the platter of populism. Which is why it is very important that leaders make the right decisions
Yes.
at every point in time.
Yeah.
Your decisions will always hurt one group or the other.
Very true.
But you have to ask yourself risks, benefits, and ensure that the benefits always outweigh the risks.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the open table and have open conversations again
We need to.
in order to win trust.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There have been so many narratives that are spreading now that
Yes.
sometimes silence doesn't help. We need to go back to the conversations and have them. Why?
But what happened, like the one you did a video on GMO and everybody has just assumed it was a brand ambassadorship.
The people who assumed did not watch that video to the end. It was a 7-minute video. In that same video, I said, people deserve choice. It's in the video.
Yeah.
I should know what I'm eating.
Yes.
I should be able to choose whether I want this or want this.
Exactly. If I want something organic, I should know.
Whether as a farmer,
Yeah.
I should be able to choose.
Yeah.
I should be able to make that choice.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have my livelihood taken from me. If I want to eat, I choose that, right? But what has been happening is a lot of those products have been pushed into the markets without proper labeling, unlike other countries in the world.
Very true.
Unlike other countries of the world, you will see it, non-GMO, GMO.
Yes. Yeah.
You choose.
True.
But we don't have that here. And those were the things I called for in that video. Because whether we like it or not, the farmers will tell you. I also clearly stated in that video, I'm not here to talk about the agricultural part. I am not a farmer. I'm here to talk about the health part.
Yeah.
And the health part is according to the bodies, which we take our knowledge from.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these bodies release research that is peer-reviewed. Peer-reviewed means it has gone to the highest levels and has been shown to be correct or accurate, or at least be within a certain probability of error. And they said safe for human consumption. What's popular? What's popular is I can come on the other end and say what tickles everybody's ears. And everybody likes me. And everybody likes me. Or states is, so these are conversations that there's a lot of distrust, right? There's a lot of distrust.
So you have no regret that you did the video, because from your argument, there's a need to still have those conversations.
I don't have, as a matter of fact, I actually love that the video happened.
Okay.
Because immediately the video happened, the conversations started.
Yes. So at least there's a conversation.
NAFDAC came on screen.
Yeah.
To states, government officials came on screen. Genetic biologists came on screen. And not just social media screens, the big screens. Why? Because that simple video started off a spark of conversation. So sometimes your job is not to convince people, but to initiate conversations.
Yes, a conversation started. Even though sometimes you face a huge backlash for doing that, but you just have to face what is more important.
If you say backlash, did I annoy a lot of people? Yes, I did. Or the video did, because of the perception already in their head.
Yeah. Perception already in
Yes,
their head.
yes.
Some people have this argument that you're a super brand. I wrote an article, my own real estate sectors, a particular person had an issue and I wrote an article to defend him. And everybody I know said, no, you're a super brand. You can't do that. Don't talk about what does not concern you. They went, and I'm like, hey, what is going on? Why? So my view is this. I want to hear your own view on it. What is the use of a reputation that is not used? When people say, you have a reputation. Don't lose the reputation. Don't. If I am for a good cause, what's the point of me having a reputation? And I'm convinced about something, and I don't use that reputation to help.
So I would speak from two parts.
Yeah.
The first part I'll speak from is if you have a reputation and I like you, and your reputation does not align with what I think, it becomes a problem. Because I fail to realize that you are also human.
Thank you.
With your own beliefs and convictions, and are allowed to say them. The problem with being influential, one of the downsides, is that you think your thoughts and convictions reflect you, but they no longer do. There's a community that has rallied around you. So, whether you like it or not,
the day it looks as if you are shifting away from their own ideology. They hit you.
Yes. And that's because we fail to realize that ideologies are bigger than people. Wow. We make the mistake of thinking that humans are bigger than ideologies. No. Ideologies are always, which is why no matter how many times you pull down someone around an ideology, another person rises to fill that spot. Because the ideology will always be bigger than the people. So people rally around concepts, around ideas, never around people. They only rally around people.
So they're just using you.
They're just using you to validate the ideology that
you are no longer the shift.
Exactly.
We have a new king.
Exactly.
That's wow.
So it's ideas. People come under.
But you understanding this, why do you still go under the knife for a cause like a GM?
I didn't go under any knife for GMO. I simply stated the verifiable facts.
Yes.
On it. Which if you take
but remember what you said, logic goes off the window.
Yes. Now there's a difference between what's popular and what's accurate. Something might be popular but not accurate. And guess what happened? Everybody who, quote and unquote, used that wave to ride the trend.
Yeah.
Where are their thoughts now? Let me tell you why it's never about people. NAFDAC DJ came out and said, it's safe. And people said she was a fake professor.
Can you imagine? I
mean, this is a woman who has decades. Because there's already an ideology.
Yeah.
I mean, these are difficult conversations. These are difficult conversations to have because it means you're challenging people to confront their own ideas and accept that on this particular matter, I might be wrong.
Wow.
So you're not battling logic
at all.
You're battling emotions.
Yeah.
You're battling identities. So there were people who immediately saw that right. They were like, let's ride it. Let's take the popular route. There's the popular route and there's the unpopular one. Many times when you take the unpopular one, they will flog you, they will stab you, they will give you this, they will give you that, they will, choke you, they will do this, they will do that, they will do that. But if you don't have a reason why, for some people, I just want to go viral.
Yes, just go viral. That's small, the 2-second popularity don't enter their head.
The moment they do that, usually after that, nobody hears them again. Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares about your voice. It's what's viral at the moment. You're just riding on that wave.
But to last long, you have to have your own voice. You have to be authentic. I always say that for me, being on social media is never about being perfect. I'm not a perfect person, but I want to be authentic. I want to be true to myself.
Because irrespective of the noise that happens,
exactly,
people see, no matter what happens, I can still trust this guy.
Exactly.
He might not say what I like now.
Exactly.
He might not say what I like, but
it's real.
Asha, because when the emotions settle,
Exactly.
when the emotions
Reality
settle,
dawns.
and people now go back
Yeah.
and start researching in the middle of the night. And I say,
Where shall?
but it's not supposed to say.
They should not have said it like that.
So at some
We
point,
like him.
Yeah,
We shouldn't be doing like that.
So at some point, the argument shifts from what you said to how you said it.
Yes.
That's how you know that people are now coming to terms with, it shifts from what you've said to how you said it. But guess what? At the end of it all, whether you like it, people are watching.
They're watching.
People are seeing this particular person trend.
Exactly. Why this one is consistent.
This one is consistent.
Yes.
I've said a lot of things that have never been popular. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years.
I like this. Tolu, are you hearing? Your generation now. Sharp.
For 10 years. If I would have phased out, I would have phased out probably 3 years ago or 10 years ago. I probably wouldn't have lasted this long.
True.
We'll stay because even when we say what's unpopular, I get dragged for it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not the first thing I've said that is unpopular. We said a lot of things are unpopular. We've said a lot. As anytime they've carried me like this, they've crucified me, they've stabbed my side, blood and water have gushed out. There's nothing they've not done.
Wow.
But tomorrow I'm still here.
Yes, so
why?
We're here.
There's a mission. There's a mission. So yeah.
Wow.
And this is probably, probably a one-liner to anybody who wants to be influential.
Yeah.
It's never about the numbers.
I like
the numbers will come and go.
Yes.
It's about the impact you're making in the person's life.
True.
Look, leave the noise. When I step out into the streets.
Exactly.
And I see that woman who tells me, APROKO, thank you. To me,
that's more than 1 million views.
That beats every award
you
can give me. That woman on the streets, that man on the street who tells me, I changed my habits because of you. Thank you. I see kids, because the kids play with their parents' phones and they're being exposed to that. You're like, that's APROKO doctor, that's APROKO doctor. I say, yes. You're being imbibed with the right thinking, with the right information about health. Because now we have a gap in child content anymore. Children are exposed to adult content. That's why you can ask a child, what do you want to be? And it tells you, let me not mention names before they drag me for it. And it tells you somebody.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Because you're like, how do you know about this person?
That's true.
Growing up, I wanted to be something else.
Yeah.
Because I was exposed to child content.
Yeah.
And in those children content, I was learning. There are a few companies there and there, Kunde Kids, for instance, doing, some things, child content that actually educates. We don't have that anymore. So even the foundation of education is gone. Not everybody will attend the best primary schools. Wow. Not everybody will. But at least entertainment sorts of levels the ground for almost anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the best primary schools, but I read books as a child.
That's true.
That's why it feels like I can hold my own head up high anywhere in the world.
Yeah. That storytelling.
Because the quality of the book, the quality of the information I read was there. But now everybody wants to go viral. Nobody wants to inform anymore. So whatever it takes for you to go viral, do it. And in the midst of virality, we're losing an entire generation and nobody's talking about. Yeah. We're just talking about ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can go on and on. APROKO Doctor, thank you for coming. Really appreciate this.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you guys learned. See you next week. Bye-bye.